This is Serpents and Sepulchers, the Emerald Enchanter Part 2. Let's do some dungeon crawling, gang. So, right now, the party is split. You've already violated the number one rule of fantasy adventuring games and split the party. One group is at the rear of the citadel, and the other group has just come in through the front door. And that's where we kind of find things. The group that snuck in through the back, I believe, was Anya and Rob, what's your character name? You need to change your name. Anya and
Orest.
Orest, thank you. And I believe Orest got trapped in like a bar trap that like dropped down on top of him, and I believe Anya was climbing the skull face. Do I have that right? I didn't actually listen to the last episode. I think that's what was happening.
Yeah. So
Sounds right.
Yeah.
I remember the bar trap. Yeah.
That's what's happening now. If not, so that's where we're at. And then Oleander and Orlin had entered through this foyer, this like big grand entry hall, which I described as covered by mosaic scenes on the walls. And so that's where we're picking up. So Oleander, or Orest rather, you are trapped inside this bar trap. You stepped on this panel, and this little cage dropped down on top of you, right? Anya, you were climbing the large skull face, trying to pry out the emerald eyes. But I'm here to tell you, as soon as those bars dropped, Anya, those emerald eyes, or those they're rubies actually, those ruby eyes illuminated, and they begin vibrating and humming. So the cage drops, and then we just get this something is about to happen. Anya, what do you do?
So first of all, I shout to Orest, "Isn't that ironic? You tried to escape those people outside, so they don't capture you, and now you're stuck in a cage inside this dungeon."
We'll see how stuck I am. And I think I'm going to try and do the same trick I did before to get inside the wall. Can I draw a door on the bars of the cage?
Oh, interesting. Except they're bars, though. You can't really place a door on bars, can you?
Oh, can you? I mean, a cage can have a door.
They're bars. They're not a flat surface. You can attempt it. Okay. I just think it's going to be dangerous.
It's not a solid barrier. Yeah,
it's not a solid barrier. Yeah. The Emerald Enchanter has outwitted you, the Crypt Master says. Anya, the ruby eyes are vibrating wildly, and something is about to happen. What do you do?
I think whatever it is, I want to stop it. By using a ritual, because I've got clock, and that makes time in a small area slow down. And I expect the trap here, so that will buy us some time, I suppose.
I love it. This is going to be a risk roll. Jack, what could go wrong here?
You're using the clock ritual. I think that no matter what, I think what could go wrong here would be that, and maybe this is also a good devil's bargain, but you mess with time so much that something horrible emerges that used to live in a space.
That's an interesting outcome. I think probably what's going to happen is lasers are going to fire out of the skull's eyes and incinerate Orest as well. Let's talk about dice. Do you have a skill or piece of equipment that will help you here, Anya?
I've got security as a skill.
Interesting. Oh, I see. So like maybe you'll then, once the ritual is done, you'll have time to like figure out what's going on and you
Yeah.
disable it. I'm into that. And second light die. Natasha, you can make a devil's bargain, something that will happen whether Anya succeeds or not.
Whether you succeed or not, the emeralds will crumble to
The
dust.
rubies, yeah.
The rubies, oops.
Yeah, it's okay.
So
I
there
got it
won't be
wrong
anything
too. Yeah.
to loot.
That's a pretty tough penalty. What do you think?
Otherwise, I could take them as a treasure.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think so.
what's the trade-off here? Yeah, I think I'll take it.
So 2 light dice and 1 dark die.
Yeah.
Risk 2 light, 1 dark. Let's see what you do. What you get.
Okay. That's a 4.
That
Light.
is a 4 light. So it's going to work. I do think you are going to slow down time. I do think you are going to open up a rift per Jack's intimation, a rift that is going to cause something to reach into the space and attack Orest. If you want to try again, you can add a dark die and roll 2 light, 2 dark to go for a 6.
We, neither as our characters in the game nor us as the players, know what happens when we reach 6 rune.
You do not know? No.
But I think I'm going to do it because it's going to be fun, I suppose.
It's probably not going to be good, but
Yeah, but story-wise will be interesting. But I've got a 6 light.
6 light. Fortune favors the bold. Be thinking about this, what the scene looks like, how you save Orest, and indeed how you lose the rubies. So let's check in with Oleander and Orlen. So here I need to pull out the module and read to you a little bit. The Hall of Mosaics. This large hallway measures 20 feet by 50 feet and ends at another large door. The walls are completely tiled with mosaics illustrating the deeds of a great green-robed sorcerer. Oleander, what do you do?
So I think I'll have Oleander go up and I don't know, like admire the mosaics.
I like that. Orlen, what do you do?
are there any like doors or windows or openings that go further inside the
Yeah, there's a pair
building?
of doors at the far end of this hallway. So like you come
I
in one
march
end
towards the doors.
Very good. Oleander, you can go ahead and
Trample towards.
Oleander, you can make a hunt roll to investigate the mosaics.
Let me see if I have some skills I can bargain with here. Would perception help me with this?
I think so, yeah. Especially if you might like see something that is hidden, right?
Oh, that's a 3.
You encounter something terrible. The mosaics show the Emerald Enchanter battling dragons and demons, reading spell books, inscribing scrolls, consulting ancient mummies, gazing into a crystal ball, and so forth. The Emerald Enchanter is very, very proud of his own achievements and has a strong sense of self-worth, as he should.
Good for him.
As you are examining the mosaics, a brisk breeze blows at you from the walls. Then you see a strange sight. The wall tiles begin to detach at various points and float through the air, carried on the rising wind. Soon there are eddies of tiles swirling around the room. They converge into a whirling cyclone at the end of the hall, then suddenly form into the shape of a man composed of thousands of shifting, moving tiles. It is a cyclone of tiles in the shape of a robed individual. The tiles are largely green, and this thing is standing between you, or it is swirling between you and the door. This is a combat. Please say how you are vulnerable and roll a weak point, please.
I think this is when Shane would actually ask the crypt master.
The CM, if you prefer.
CM, do we have to fight this thing?
Yes. If you intend to go through the door, you have to fight this thing.
But what if can we like talk with it, like reason with it?
No, it doesn't have vocal cords or sentience.
Okay, fine. I
But
guess
it can write, like write with the tiles to communicate, no?
No. It swings back its tile fist in an attempt to smash you.
Okay, fine. I'm vulnerable because I'm just wearing like a cloak.
Okay, roll your weak point.
Me?
That's a 3.
You both have to, yeah. Say how you're vulnerable and roll your weak point.
I'm vulnerable because the thing seems to be much faster than me.
Mm-hmm.
And my weak point is a 1.
So 3 and a 1. This is going to be a combat roll. The endurance of the creature is starts at 10. Now, here's the thing. As the combat proceeds, more of the tiles are flying off the wall to make the thing bigger and to repair it. So if you don't defeat it in this first combat round, it's an endurance 11 in the second combat round.
Can I use a ritual to try and lower the endurance right now?
What is the ritual that you would try to use?
It would be entangle, cause plants to twist and grasp, holding or slowing a creature.
So we have a I guess my first question is, do you have a weapon that could fight this swirling mass of tiles, generally speaking? You have a bolt of arcane energy, so that probably works to blast the tiles. Orlin, what kind of weapon do you use?
I would like to use what's it called? A ritual, right? Sorry, couldn't think of the word. A ritual instead of a weapon.
Oh, very interesting. What are you going to try to do?
I would like to turn into a beast again, and I'm gonna be a huge fucking reindeer-faced dude, smashing the tiles that are still on the wall so that they can grow stronger with time.
Clever. I will just let that be your
bang
combat.
my head against the wall. I can do that.
Yeah, I'll let that justify you participating in the combat because your sword was not going to be helpful, but this will be. Oleander, if you do the ritual, you are leaving Orlin to do the fight by himself for the first round.
No, I won't do that then. I will help Orlin.
It's a combat 2. Whoever wants to... Orlin, you can roll it. I like your plan of smashing the tiles on the walls. This will be a... You need to get 10 total on the 2 dice.
Orlin smash. How does that work again? I'm sorry.
Oh, just do
Um,
combat too.
Okay.
That is a 1 and a 1,
Did-
which is your weak point.
Yeah.
You're taking 2 hits.
Yeah.
The crypt-
Twice.
The
My
Crypt
weak
Master,
point.
the Crypt Master
How?
puts his hand together. The Crypt Master puts his hands together and says, "Ho ho 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 ho! It looks like you've taken 2 hits, Orlin. If you don't mark armor,
Yes.
your ruin is going up to dead. So, what do you do?"
Well, I guess I mark armor, right?
Indeed. At this point,
Do I mark 1 armor for both, or
yeah, if you mark 1 armor,
2
it absorbs both hits. Yeah.
Okay.
Oleander, begin the narration.
Well, seeing Orlin transform into this hulking reindeer creature, Oleander takes up, she has like a sort of gnarled shillelagh staff, and along with Ash and his curling goat horns, the two of them just begin to kind of pick up on what Orlin's trying to do and start to smash at the tiles on the wall. But they're pretty well made, and Oleander's not super top strong. She's more leg strength. So between that and Ash, trying to butt his horns into the tiles, we get a few of them, but not enough to do any kind of substantial damage.
Orlin, you can continue narrating.
Okay, just for my understanding, did I fail or did I not fail now? I failed, right?
You all have not
Still,
defeated
even
the
though I
creature.
absorbed.
Yeah.
But did I do damage or didn't I?
There's no like damage. It's just you have to just roll 10 total. Yeah, at some point. So you did not roll 10, so you're still fighting basically. You're at a draw, but it did hurt you. But you're marking armor to absorb the hit. So
okay.
So you just work that into your narration.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So I run towards the wall to smash the tiles that are still on the wall in order to keep him from absorbing more. And as I smash my head into them, they burst into 1,000 pieces. And some of them get embedded in between my horns. And since my hands are also hooves, I can't get them out, and they just hurt a lot.
Now for the second
and
combat
maybe they
round,
move around in there, trying to get back at to the enchanter whirlwind creature.
Now, as I noted in my head, it would keep strengthening itself from the tiles flying off the walls, which would make it an endurance 11 for the second round. But attacking the walls is its weakness, which reduces the endurance by 1. And so it's still just 10. So for the second combat round, Oleander, you can roll it this time. It's a combat 3. We need a 10 total on the 2 highest dice. That is a 4, a 3, and a 3. So 4 and 3 is 7. That is not enough. And Oleander, you take 2 hits. The Crypt Master.
I help with something?
No, it just one person rolls for everybody.
Okay.
The Crypt Master puts his hands together and says, "Ha ha 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 ha! It looks like this might be the end of you, Oleander."
You're loving this way too much. Well, I'm gonna mark my stiff wool cloak, so I guess I don't die.
Indeed, you do not. Please continue the narration of the fight. What does it look like?
Realizing that we cannot simply just smash the walls, Oleander leaps up and begins to try and strike at the swirling creature itself, but the kind of tiles. They're sharp edged and begin to cut and tear into her. But thankfully, she's wearing a stiff wool cloak, and so most of the cuts just go through the cloak, and now it's ruined.
Orlin, you can narrate for you as well. The thing is still not defeated, but so what's happening?
I gallop around the room and shout at Orleander, "Jump on my back! And let's shoot it from there!" Or I grunted more like.
The Crit Master is quickly looking up rules for mounted combat for Serpents and Sepulchers. We will come back to this in a moment. All right, Anya, go ahead and describe how you save Orist.
So we see the rubies glowing, they're humming, they're heating up. And she calmly does the ritual, knowing that she'll have time to disable the trap and the lasers. And she has like a long lockpick to pry away the rubies, but in the process, since it slows down her as well, they just shatter. So she can't take them with her.
And Orist, I think with enough time, you can figure out how to. You can probably like use something to bend the bars enough to step outside of them. I am curious though, Orist, presumably you're affected by this nimbus of time slowing. What does it feel like to you? How do you experience it?
I think it's almost like Boris doesn't experience anything himself, but everything outside seems to suddenly be moving faster. He sees Anya moving at incredible speed, like a speeded up film to as she tinkers with this trap, and the rubies just 1 second they're there, 1 second they're gone.
Fantastic. Let's check back in with the combat in the front hall. Okay, this is combat round 3. So the total dice is going to be combat 4, actually. It's the third round. It's going to be a combat 4. This time it does go up to 11. Attacking the walls only gets you a 1 endurance reprieve. But it is now an endurance 11. You have 4 dice. We're looking for a total of 11 on the 2 highest dice. Orlin, go ahead and roll.
Can we somehow get more dice?
No,
I don't know.
yeah,
Does
every
anything
round you just
do
add 1 die.
anything? Just-
You know, every round you add a die. It's gonna be
Alright.
it's 4 now.
Okay, that's it.
We're looking for the 2 highest.
Yeah, well, close.
That is a 6, a 3, a 2, and a 1. 6 and 3 is not enough, and there is a hit for each of you there as well.
Yeah.
Are you all?
Great.
Are you marking armor?
Yes.
I guess I have to.
Oleander, you're at ruin 4, so you could actually take the hit if you had to. But Orlin,
Considering Shane's luck right now, I don't that's the wise move.
please go ahead and narrate your combat round. Go ahead, Orlin, you can start.
Okay, so Oleander, are we gonna do this?
Yeah, just start.
Okay. So I hope that Oleander jumps on top of me and holds on tight with her thighs so she has her hands free to cast. And
Arcane bolts.
Yes, and I align my horns so that there is a sight through which she can aim perfectly at the creature's head
Fantastic.
while jumping.
But unfortunately, while she's straddling you, the thing full of tiles makes a giant tile fist, and it comes colliding into her, pressing her back down into the ground, smashing her into it. But thankfully, her moon medallion kind of flashes this kind of like pretty silver light, and some of the tiles get like blown away from it. It's really cool, but I'm back on the ground.
For the next combat round, the tile golem begins to fire off the tiles at you like shrapnel flying around the room. This reduces its endurance to 8, but every hit is 2 hits of ruin. Would you like to roll, Oleander?
Sure. It's gonna be combat 5, right?
Combat 5.
All right.
We didn't hear you. What'd you get?
I got a we
You
got
got
the
11 this time when it was
but
only 8.
Do have there is a 3 in there.
There's a 1 in there as well.
And a 1.
So
the Cryptmaster leans forward and says, as I mentioned previously, whatever happens in the game happens in real life.
Booyah! Taylor jumps up from the chair and throws the dice at him.
He says, hey, you
You're
can't do that. In the Serpents and Sepulchers, Orlin, do you have any armor to mark?
I have my sword.
You do not have any armor to mark.
Does it count as armor? No.
Oleander, do you have any armor to mark?
no, I'm at 6 ruin now.
Then this is the option.
Then
If you
me
all
too.
collectively spend 3 hunt roll tokens, instead of ending the combat here and dying, you can barge through the door into the next room. But as a group, you all need to spend 3 hunt tokens.
I don't have any hunt tokens, so I don't have a say in this. So
I have 1.
I have 1. Whether Zachary would spend it to save Shane, I don't know. But I will. This once.
Amber wonders, okay, is it so bad?
yeah, like okay, Cryptmaster. So I get ruin 6, and you say that whatever happens in the game happens in real life. So you're just gonna kill me?
He sighs. No, I'm not going to kill you. But just as your character is leaving the game because they're dead, you will have to get up from the table and walk away in shame, knowing that you were not able to defeat the citadel of the Emerald Enchanter.
But
Wait,
what
that's
about
it?
you?
Well, I've got 2 more players here. We're going to keep going.
Okay, well, I guess I can just wait in the
Yeah, but-
car.
But do you want to just wait in the car? That's no fun.
I mean,
Nah,
it's-
stay here, guys. I'll
Yeah,
spend a
I
token
can-
as well.
Zachary, are you going to spend a token for me?
Yeah, sure.
Wow, it's like pulling
What are these
teeth with you.
tokens even? What are these tokens even for?
Well, I'm definitely spending mine.
With the 3
This is
hunt
like a
tokens
bad
spent,
movie.
with the 3 hunt tokens spent, instead of marking your last ruins, you can both go back down to your whatever value you were at before, and you can narrate your escape from this chamber into the next chamber.
You
Well, I
go-
guess since Orlin is already like a reindeer, I think what happens instead of you killing us, I'm sorry, the golem killing us, is I just get on Orlin's back, and Ash gets on his back too. And with his big antlers, he just rams through, and the doors just kind of go flying off the hinges, and we get out, and we're okay.
Very well.
And there's a huge window in the room we enter, and there's a big sunset that can be seen through the window, and we ride towards the sunset.
The Cryptmaster's rapidly looking through the module to confirm if this is true or not. He says, "No, that is incorrect."
Can I get my hunt token back?
No, the hunt tokens are spent. Let's go back
Okay.
to the death chamber with the skull face. Okay, so Oris and Anya, you're both free. The chamber, as I noted last time, does not appear to have any doors in or out. What do you do?
I can make a door. It seems to be my specialty. The question is, of course, which way? Do you have any suggestions, Anya?
Well, basically, we're looking for our lost friend. Or Milia. And I suppose maybe we could go up if that's possible.
Up, you say?
Like in the ceiling?
Yeah, we can climb up and go through the ceiling.
The Cryptmaster
Top of
rapidly
the cage.
consults the module and says, "That's just the roof of the Citadel. There's nothing up there. Now, if you wanted to go down, that's a different story."
Well, down is indeed easier than up.
Or we could try to find the others. And they might be on the same level as we are currently.
Very well. Away from the direction we came in, then.
Yeah.
The Cryptmaster says, "Are you going to just keep spanning your dimension door ritual? Or spamming it?"
I think Zachary just gives him a withering glare and says, you know, if you want me to do something else, then maybe you need to drop a clue.
How about this? One section of the wall appears to be a slightly different color of stone than the rest of the sections of the wall.
You see that, Anya? You're an expert in such things. Perhaps that's a hidden passage.
Yeah, maybe we should check it out.
I'll start poking and prodding at this piece of doorway or piece of wall that's a different color.
Indeed. You can see without even, I'm not going to make you roll dice, you can see that all it is just a flimsy piece of plywood painted to look like stone.
This is almost too easy. Perhaps they're trying to lure us in this direction.
Yeah, but if you don't want to use your ritual, we should just go there.
I'm happy to use my ritual. If we wish to.
To be clear,
What is
the flimsy plywood fake wall is on the western wall.
Which way did we come in?
You came in from you would have come in from the north.
Oh, that's right. Very well. I think before trying to open it, I want to listen at this if it's plywood. It should be easy enough to hear sounds through.
Let me take a look. Make a hunt roll.
You have a lot of equipment or anything, so I'll just do the single die. I don't have any tokens to lose, so what's the worst that can happen? That's the worst that can happen.
You got a 1. Very good. I think because you got a 1, you peel back the plywood to reveal a doorway. And then as soon as you try to step through the doorway, bars fall down, blocking your path out.
I think Zachary looks at the Cryptmaster and says, "Really?
Don't question me," the Cryptmaster says.
I'm the one spamming the same technique."
I
Just
wish
to clarify,
I bet you
it's
wish you
just
had an Orland.
Orest, or is it both of us?
Do what?
Is it just Orest who's now being trimmed again?
It's just bars that dropped over the doorway. That's it. So there's bars in front of the doorway out of this now.
Okay.
Then we defy their expectations, and I'll make a door in the south wall.
Sounds good.
Or you can draw a really tiny door on one of the bars.
That'd be helpful were I a mouse.
Do you make your door a little more southwest or a little more southeast?
I think a little more southeast because we want to get to the other side of where these bars were, right? So
Very good. I'm not going to make you roll because you have plenty of time to get this sorted out. When you open up your new dimension door you've created, it opens up into, like, basically it opens up looking down into a stairway going down.
well, a direction presents itself. Shall we?
Of course.
Are you going to hop down into the stairway?
Mhm.
Yes.
Now, the stairs that you hop into, they continue going down, but they also go up, presumably back to the level you were on, just a different part of the level.
Behind the other side of where the bars came down, potentially.
Not quite. Not quite.
Mm.
It's like a wrapping staircase, like with a couple of, like, it's like a wraparound. So basically you can go down, or you can go back up to where you, like, the level you were on.
So Anya, we search for Orest and Orlan and Oleander, or we proceed without them into the depths.
I mean, they'll be fine.
So you're just gonna leave us?
No, I mean, just out of, in character, I don't know that you guys are being smashed.
It's just like when I wanted to go to the lake to catch a ghost and a murderer, and you all let me go alone.
Don't worry about what you would do. What would your character do?
Anya and I head down.
Very well. Let's pick back up with the other group, and then we'll take a quick break after I describe where you've ended up.
Well, Mr. Cryptmaster, I have to say, Mrs. Taylor, the way you push people in certain directions, I mean, it's almost like they're a train and they can only go that one direction. I mean, we should invent a word for that.
If his cowl wasn't pulled down so far over his face, you would see him giving you a sneering look. Nevertheless, we continue. You end up in the foyer proper. This 40-foot by 30-foot room is appointed as a living room or reception area. Couches, chairs, and tables are arranged to create several comfortable seating areas. Lush rugs cover the stone floors, and colorful fabrics hang over the walls. On the opposite wall are 2 doors, and between them a 20-foot wide table topped with a single massive slab of emerald. All right, let's take a 5-minute break. Orlin and Oleander, you step into this sort of like comfortably appointed room. At the far end of the room, in the corners are 2 doors, one in each corner, and then in between there is this large table with an emerald slab tabletop. As soon as you walk in, the tabletop begins to glow green, and you see someone rising up out of that glowing portal in the tabletop. It is the Emerald Enchanter. He looks like this, and he is green, and he's rising up. And as he rises up, he says, "I am the Emerald Enchanter. You would dare to challenge my citadel." Meanwhile, Orest and Anya, you end up at the bottom of the stairs. The bottom of the stairs leads to the transmogrification vats. You have entered an enormous room filled with magical machinery. 4 huge vats of boiling green liquid sit in the 4 corners of the room. On the ceiling above each vat is a series of chains and pulleys that trace a course to the center of the room, where each track of chain ends in a steel cage hanging from the ceiling. In 2 of the cages are beautiful women who begin screaming for help when they see you. Also, one of them is your friend.
Taylor bursts out laughing.
One of them is your friend that you came to rescue also. On the far side of the room is a large, massive machinery with a bank of levers upon it. Also, above that is a green portal. Now, back to the foyer. The Emerald Enchanter, his warning delivered, begins to sink back down into the table. "You have been warned. Turn back now. Be gone."
Was that the water level rising, or what are you doing?
That was him sinking down into the table.
Uh-huh.
And Anya and Orest, you see the Emerald Enchanter coming down out of the little portal above his machinery at the same time.
So could we like jump into the portal to go back down so that we can like be with Anya and Orist again, or?
The Emerald Enchanter, the Cryptmaster rather, looks at the module. I suppose there's nothing stopping you from doing that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go in there with Ash and like Orlin. Are you gonna come too, or
Who's Ash?
my goat?
Oh, you brought a goat?
Yes, it's in my equipment. Didn't you read my sheet?
Yeah, don't you remember?
Fine. Do you and the goat go down into the portal?
Yes.
Orlin?
We do. Yeah.
Anya and Orest, the Emerald Enchanter sinks down into his machinery, and he doesn't see you. His back is turned to you. And then shortly thereafter, Oleander, Orlin, and a goat tumble out of the portal onto the ground. The Emerald Enchanter now realizes that this is all going very poorly. And he's between the two of you, although two of you and the goat are still getting on your feet. Orest, what do you do?
I mean, do I recognize this as the Emerald Enchanter? I guess.
He's clearly a magic user and he's entirely green. Yes, it's the Emerald Enchanter.
I think with a glance toward Anya for backup, I'm gonna run at him with my sword drawn.
Anya, what do you do?
I whisper, well, depending on how close the enchanter is, I whisper to Orest, distract him while I'll try to free Amelia.
Are you running to
distract
attack
him.
the Emerald Enchanter?
That's probably foolish, but yes.
Very well. He's an endurance 9. This is the first combat round. Tell me how you're vulnerable and roll weak point.
I think Boris is vulnerable because he doesn't really have much of an idea about this enchanter's capabilities. You know, what kind of trickery has he got at his fingertips for banishing mere swords, or, you know, dimensions stepping out of the way, or, you know, there's no telling what he could do.
Cryptmaster is nodding vigorously. Yeah, it could be any of that stuff. So,
No, weak point is 5.
your weak point is 5. Orlin and Oleander, you can join the combat in the second round after you get to your feet. But Orest, go ahead and roll combat 1.
Perfect. I've got a 5.
So you take a hit. He sends a bolt of burning green fire at you.
My amulet of protection flares and the bolt dissipates. I am not the only one with sorcery at my command.
The Emerald Enchanter quickly
You are not.
pulls one of the levers, and Amelia begins being lowered into the vat. Anya, you're going to have to save Amelia, but we'll get to that in a moment. Orlin, Oleander, you can join the combat with Orest if you wish. Tell me how you're vulnerable and roll weak point.
Can I try to stop Amelia instead?
You can certainly help Anya, yeah, with that, because you both can work on that together. Absolutely.
Well, can I do that? Because like you're big and buff. Like I'm.
All right.
You're taking too long
That's
to
fine.
decide. Orest, combat 2, go.
Yes, combat.
So you are fighting Orlin and Oleander.
Yes. We're fighting. I'm fighting.
Very well.
Are you fighting?
I mean, I was just gonna
My
help
weak
Anya,
point is
but
5.
2 5s. Orest, go ahead and roll combat 3 with Orlin joining the fight. You need 9 on the
You
2
roll
highest.
again?
Yes, roll combat 3.
Sorry. A 4 and 2 1s.
No weak points were hit, but you also did not defeat the Emerald Enchanter. Go ahead and describe the first part of the combat, Orest.
I think
At least no weak points.
Orest raises an eyebrow as the enchanter's bolt dissipates on his or amulet of protection, and steps forward to swing his large sword at the enchanter, but yeah, as he swings, the enchanter is just not where he was appearing to be standing, and just suddenly he's 2 steps to the right and chuckles and as Orest's sword just clangs into the ground.
Nice. Keep going, Orlin.
As he appears out of thin air, Orlin is waiting for him already in the form of a huge kangaroo. Props himself up on its tail and kicks the enchanter with both legs into the wall, but he somersaults and lands on his feet because he's wicked fast.
I imagine that there probably aren't kangaroos in this setting, but I'll allow it. Very well. Anya and Oleander, you are going to try to rescue Amelia, who's being lowered into the vat. She's probably about like, I don't know, at this point about like 30 feet above, right? Being
Yeah.
lowered down.
Okay.
So Anya, you can take the principal role with help roll from Oleander if you need it. Rob, what could go wrong here?
I think you could easily get tangled in the mechanism of the in trying to stop this cage descending.
Well, actually, let's ask that
maybe-
question first. Anya, how are you actually going to try to save her? What do you do?
I think I'll try to pull the right lever. So
Oh, I
to
see.
work on the machinery and stop it being lowered
Oh, I see.
down.
So you're going to try to get past the Emerald Enchanter, flip the lever to
Yeah.
raise her back up. Got it. Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Okay, with that in mind, Rob, what could go wrong?
Yeah, that's kind of leans into what I was saying, that the strength required to move this lever is such that you could easily kind of get, when it jumps back, you could get like crushed against the machinery.
Or it could be you
by
flip
it
the
or something.
lever and cause it to go faster, plunging her
Right.
into the transmogrification vat. Let's roll dice. Do you have a skill that will help you here, Anya?
So I picture this machine being green, covered in symbols, and maybe lore is helpful to decipher what or security.
Which direction to pull the lever? Sure.
I think
Yeah.
security, maybe. We'll go with security. Go ahead and
Okay, fair
you
enough,
take
fair
one
enough.
light die. Natasha, you can make the devil's bargain.
Yeah.
No matter what.
So no matter what, the lever will hit you on some part of your body, and it will hurt.
Intriguing.
Causing a condition or doing harm or
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
causing
yeah.
a condition.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Or just looking really funny.
2 light dice. Do you want to add a dark die? I think you probably have to, because you have to get past the Emerald Enchanter essentially. So I think it's inherently dangerous.
That's risky.
Yeah, 2 light, 1 dark.
Okay.
And then
It's a 6 light.
Oh, very well. Oleander, Anya didn't need your help, but you can certainly narrate how you help anyway, even if mechanically the help was not needed.
Yeah, I think she's kind of just like cheering on for moral support. Go Anya. You could do it.
Maybe you
Fantastic.
distract the enchanter so he looks at you for a moment.
Yeah, he's sending a couple of bolts your way, and that gives Anya enough time to get to the machinery. And
Yeah, maybe like Ash is like eating his cloak because he's a goat.
I think the danger here, just to kind of play with the devil's bargain a little bit, is you can grab the thing and cause it to reverse to save Amelia, but there's a trap on the lever, and you can see that you are starting to turn into emerald slowly. This green energy, crystallizing energy racing up your hands. Let's check back in with the combat. It is now a combat 4. Orland, you can roll combat 4. Looking for 9 total, or 9 on the
Yes.
2 highest dice.
8.
That is a 5, a 3, a 2, and a 1. The weak points were 5, so you were taking a
Oh
hit.
no. But I'm dead again.
Please go ahead and describe your death at the hands of the Emerald Enchanter, Orlin.
Okay. So, I'm a kangaroo. Let me think. Well, I think it's a good idea to turn into a snake and help pull up the damsel in distress. But at the same time, the lever is pulled and the pulley system is reversed. So the cage crushes me as between it and the chain as it gets pulled up.
You get caught up in the chain and crushed.
My last words are, Anya, no.
Orest, please continue your part of the combat. Are you also dead?
No, I have armor.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Orest is repositioning himself to swing at the enchanter again, but as he sees Orlan get caught up in this mechanism, it kind of distracts his attention, and the enchanter like reaches toward him with like a chilling, icy touch of his hand, but it just kind of freezes a patch on Orest's ringmail shirt.
Fantastic. Oleander, do you want to join the combat now?
Yeah, sure. Cool.
That'd be a combat 6 total then, I think. 4, 5, yeah, 6 would be the total at this point.
So my weak point is going to be 2 then. I'm vulnerable because I don't have any armor left.
Indeed.
So that's 5 combat?
6, because you add
6?
1 and then the round adds 1.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I'm going to go wait in the car, guys.
2 5s, 2 4s, 2 2s. So, Oleander, please go ahead and describe how you die.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to maybe like get my entangle spell off the ground, my ritual rather, off the ground, and like gather some like cool vines and flowers to like subdue this enchanter. But like the ritual gets away from me, and instead, like some of the flowers and vines do get him, but they also really get me, and so I just kind of get like swallowed up in them. And then like I think maybe there's like a giant Venus flytrap that comes out, and I get eaten by it.
I love that.
Cryptmaster rolls his eyes. Orest, go ahead, and even though you can't see it because of the cowl. Orest, please describe how you defeat the Emerald Enchanter.
Yeah, I think as this is all happening to Oleander, Orest recovers his composure and with a huge thrust just drives his sword right through the enchanter with both hands, and the enchanter sort of mouth opens wide and eyes go wide, but he reaches down and holds on to the blade as it's inside of him, and you can see ice like creeping, or even know the emerald creeping along the blade, and some of it starts to crawl up Orest's hands and arms. So he is going to take, I'm going to mark my final armor, but then I'm going to take some ruin from that.
Wait, so wait, if you mark armor, you don't take any ruin.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It negates all of it, yeah.
Yeah. Because I would have taken 2 hits there,
Yeah.
So I think it's just crawling up the emerald infection or whatever it is kind of crawling up the blade of the sword, but it isn't strong enough as the light fades from the enchanter's eyes to reach Forrest himself.
The Crypt Master slams the module down on the table. Congratulations, you have defeated the Emerald Enchanter.
Yeah.
Well,
Yay!
Well, you didn't. You
that
died.
was-
Okay, so like,
But
do we
I
get to
helped.
go?
I helped.
Do
that
we get
seemed
to
kind of
leave now?
straightforward. What was the big deal?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Rob?
That seemed kind of straightforward. What was the big deal?
Well, it was a poorly designed module with multiple ways of reaching the end before. Well,
What
the
you're saying
module
is
the
that-
module did not anticipate you coming in through the back door and you diving through the table.
So what you're saying is I outsmarted you.
You outsmarted the module, friend. And
But you read the module, so he outsmarted you.
What's the saying about a workman and his tools?
The Crypt Master pulls his cowl back to reveal that he's actually wearing a luchador mask. It's the People's Champ.
Oh my god!
Oh,
How
no, not yet.
unexpected!
I knew I could smell balls in the air somewhere. God.
The People's Champ says, well, that was fun, I guess. I think I prefer being a player
But
rather than a
why?
Crypt Master.
People's Champ. Why?
So
Are you also
wanna
the one
explain to us what the
hooking
dead
up
body is
people?
all about?
No,
Yeah,
I don't have anything to do
exactly.
with that. I'm not a part of the Black Leaf Circle.
What? You're not?
So-
Wait, you're
we
not?
just wasted our entire morning.
He's like, you didn't have fun?
Amber is going
Exactly,
to
just
punch him.
Gets up.
Now she's really angry.
Yeah, Shane's getting up already, and she's like gathering her things, and she's halfway to the car at this point.
Congratulations, you have defeated the Emerald Enchanter, and you have defeated Greetings Travelers by... All you had to really do was just convince the kids to run away from the game. But the Black Leaf Circle
And
is
we
still
also
a
defeated-
danger.
Amber also defeated the People's
Defeated
Champion.
the People's Champ, indeed. Let's go to our little dawn phase here. So we have special rules in play here. You all are going to, let's pull up our character keeper for Lost Transmissions. You are each going to get credit for resolving the mystery, so everyone can get credit for that. I don't think you got credit for resolving the mystery before, right? No, I don't believe we have.
No, I don't think so.
Haven't had a phase yet. Yeah. So you get credit for resolving the mystery, and then no other questions are answered. You get 2 XP if your character survived the Emerald Enchanter, and you get 1 XP if your character did not survive the Emerald Enchanter.
Got unspent XP from last time.
Oh, did you not ever? Spend it as needed. But let's grab the rewards for Greetings Travelers, because you will get rewards. Okay, your rewards for Greetings Travelers. These are oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so the rewards are I thought I'll put it in Discord. I thought I uploaded it there. Find that. Where's my little screenshot? I think this is it. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. Okay, I'll read this aloud so that people watching know what we're doing. One of the rewards options is a magic wand with a crystal handle, an artifact found from the Black Leaf Circle, added to your corner of the house. You get the key to the decommissioned underground missile silo, added to your corner of the house. Or there are 3 options for a memento from the investigation. Ask another latchkey what it is, and then add it to your corner of the house. Furthermore, each latchkey gets a character sheet for a level 3 hero. Give the hero a name and class, and then add it to your corner of the house. Who wants what?
I'd like a memento from Jack.
Give me a minute. Let me think about it.
Can I take the key to the missile silo if nobody else is desperately need to have it?
Sounds good.
That's a good fit.
I'd also like a memento from any volunteers.
Well, I think I have a memento
From-
for Amber. You get a sack full of energy drinks from People's Champ.
Perfect.
I'll give you your memento, Orlin, or Taylor, or Taylor.
or Laylor.
Yeah, you get the module. You get the Emerald Enchanter module.
Yay, I guess. Thank you.
I will take a memento from Zachary.
Hmm. I think you get like a leather bag full of dice. The ones that were thrown at Zachary and
Amber.
Amber.
Yeah.
That's fine. Sorry, I'm looking at Michael's Zoom window and he hasn't got the character name on there. So
The
yeah, Amber.
you mean like
Maybe
the ones that
there's
like
even
injured you?
blood on there from
Mhm.
your eye.
Yeah.
And let's see, what else do we have to do in the dawn? I think that's it. So let's go to stars and wishes. Whoever wants to go first, take it away.
Enjoyed
Was pretty
that we
funny,
had-
I think. Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny. I thought I really enjoyed actually a really particular star I have is when Taylor's said, if only there was a word for this, for feeling like it's on a railroad, it's on a train track. I thought that was really good. In general, I really enjoyed the kind of like meta thing going on. I thought that was really fun. It was really fun to have the Crypt Master kind of reacting to what you all were doing and exasperatedly sighing. Incidentally, if you were playing Dungeon Crawl Classics, the game that the Emerald Enchanter is actually for, you can short circuit the adventure by diving through the table. So like that's totally legit. Like you can dive through the table and fight the Emerald Enchanter right away. And so now the module does not anticipate you going in through the rear of the dungeon, but I think probably no matter what, you all would have fought the Emerald Enchanter by diving through the table. So that was all good. It all kind of came together pretty well, and I think this lasted just as long as it needed to. So I'm really happy with that as well. But no, it was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, I enjoyed the glimpses of the Crypt Master and his nonsense, and I think it kind of fed into the vibe of the module and the way we just kind of short circuited our way through it with with Zachary's character just cutting holes in walls basically and stepping through the scenery. Yeah, it was pretty fun, but yeah, sorry about Orlin going out. Not the one I would have anticipated to get tangled up in
The death was
chains.
very good though, getting caught
Yeah,
up
it
in
was
the
a cool
chain
death.
and ground to death. That's pretty good.
I was
Yeah.
an emerald boa.
Hmm.
Yeah, I liked. I mean, just kind of echoing what everyone else said. I liked the sort of meta elements that were popping in and out. I thought that was really fun. Um, especially knowing that the People's Champ was the CM. I thought that was really cute. A really cute twist. Um, I don't know if I love the module itself, but I did enjoy the combat and especially that really harsh 2 ruin per hit mechanic. I was like, oh, might have to steal it for something. But yeah, that was really fun. And yeah, I'm just glad to get back to public access next.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
So I really liked the fight scene and how you were destroyed, having to flee, basically. And our other characters just saying, "Oh yeah, they'll be fine. Shouldn't be shouldn't worry about them." I really liked that Ash came back up and played a role helping to distract the Enchanter, and Ember playing a himbo. That was pretty fun to see, and having no, well, ignoring what would be like appropriate tropes, like turning into a kangaroo, for example. That was pretty cool. And Zachary using his door, and having that conversation with the Crypt Master. Also, I'm very happy that I got to play Trophy Gold for the first time because it was a lot of fun.
Strange
Definitely.
circumstance, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and in terms of wishes, I think I'm really curious how, yeah, what the future will bring and how the Black Leaf Circle will come up again.
Yeah, I have a wish as well, kind of connected to that. Like, I think Greetings Travelers is a much more lighthearted mystery than the other ones. It's much lighter in tone, and that's fun, and I like it. But I'm kind of happy that I'm kind of like ready to sort of like reorient the tone back to horror, like back to a much more like scary like kind of
Yeah.
tone. So this was good fun. It was a good way to send it off, but I'm definitely ready to like kind of get back into this sort of like horror space of public access. So yeah.
Oh yeah, and in that regard, I think I did read that they can do spells and so, and I think I'm not so much into like one person snapping a finger, there's a fireball or such, but yeah, introducing some more scary aspects of them, or they being pity after being defeated. I think them seeing the revenge will be interesting.
Yeah, I had a great time. It was really fun to throw the Crypt Master off somehow. So I'm trying to come up with the most ridiculous ideas. And a star for Rob and Orest drawing on the bars, drawing a door on the bars of the cage. The Crypt Master.
That was
can't draw a door.
That was bullshit. The Crypt
bars.
Master didn't let me do that.
And Orest, yeah. But the idea, and I loved how you said, or can you? Well, of course you can't, but still hilarious. And I loved the Venus flytrap eating up Jack's character in the end. That's so ridiculous. Yeah, love it. And yeah, my wish is also to get back to some more serious playing. Well, that was a big laugh. Looking forward to seeing our real characters again.
Fantastic. Any other stars and wishes before we go?
Yeah, just like everyone has said, looking forward to getting back to Zachary making up names for Amber and etc.
Indeed. Fantastic. All right. Well, with all that said, we will pick up again next time. Let's wave goodbye to everybody watching the video.